In 2015, a 17-year-old high school student from Atlanta, Georgia, named Richard Lamar Ricky Hawk, better known as Silentó, burst onto the global stage with a song that defined a generation, Watch Me, Whip Nae Nae. The track was an infectious blend of catchy beats and simple dance moves, designed to get people moving and smiling. Silentó's goal was clear. He wanted to create something fun, universal, and accessible. As he said in a 2015 interview, "People will be dancing and smiling all around the world for the next 30 years whenever my song gets played." The song's success was Meteoric, released through TuneCore, a music distribution platform. Watch Me first gained traction on social media apps like Vine and Instagram, where short videos of people doing the whip and Nae Nae dances went viral. Camille Musar, head of video at TuneCore, spotted the song's potential and connected it with Dance On, a network of dance influencers. This collaboration was like mixing two perfect ingredients: a catchy song and a dance craze that resonated with a young digital audience. The track climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, holding that spot for 6 weeks, and topped iTunes charts in 15 countries. It also dominated the UK's Shazam charts and earned Silentó a plaque at Capitol Records' 3rd annual Capitol Congress event at the iconic Troubadour Club in Los Angeles. Silentó's fame wasn't just about the music. His dance moves became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring countless videos on Vine, YouTube, and Instagram. Celebrities, athletes, and everyday kids joined the craze, amplifying the song's reach. Silentó performed on major platforms like Good Morning America and Live with Kelly, and he was nominated for a Teen Choice Award in the Choice R&B/Hip Hop Song category. For a teenager still in high school, this was a dream come true. But behind the scenes, the pressures of fame were already taking root. The making of a hit, creating Watch Me, wasn't a fluke. It was the result of persistence and collaboration. Silentó reached out to Atlanta producer Bolo the Producer via Instagram, spending weeks convincing him to work on the track. Bolo initially had doubts, calling it the craziest idea for a hit record. But Silentó's vision was clear. He wanted a song that captured Atlanta's vibrant, youth-driven dance culture. After 2 months of back and forth, Bolo agreed, and they crafted a beat that was, in Silentó's words, perfect timing, perfect everything. Atlanta's dance scene played a crucial role in the song's success. The city was a hub for young, creative energy, with dance crews posting videos online and spawning viral trends. Watch Me tapped into this culture, blending moves like the whip, Nae Nae, and stanky leg into a routine that anyone could learn. The song's hashtag-driven spread on social media, particularly Vine and Instagram, turned it into a global sensation. Other artists like Ioteo later drew inspiration from Silentó's formula, though none matched the viral impact of Watch Me. For Silentó, the song was more than a hit. It was a lifeline. In a 2015 interview, he described how fame changed his high school experience. After Watch Me blew up, the kids who were always disrespectful to me in school began to show respect and say, "What up, Timmy?" when I'd see them in the halls. Music kept him focused, shielding him from negativity. He learned early lessons about perseverance. If you put in the work, believe in yourself, and ignore the noise, respect, success, and happiness will come. But even as he preached positivity, the weight of fame at such a young age was beginning to show cracks. The dark side of fame. While Silentó's public persona was all smiles and dance moves, his private life told a different story. Fame at 16 brought opportunities, but also immense pressure. In interviews, he hinted at struggles with trust and the need to stay true to himself. "Fame taught me not to trust anyone, follow through with my word, and live my life the best way I'd want to create for myself," he said. These words, spoken by a teenager, foreshadowed the challenges ahead. By 2017, Silentó's mental health struggles became public. He took a break from performing to focus on his well-being, a decision that surprised fans expecting more hits. His publicist, Chanel Hudson, later revealed that Silentó had been grappling with anxiety and depression for years. In a 2019 appearance on the talk show, The Doctors, Silentó opened up about his mental health, revealing a startling detail. He was born with marijuana, cocaine, and heroin in his system, a result of his mother's struggles during pregnancy. He also discussed being misdiagnosed with ADHD and prescribed medication that may have worsened his condition. "I don't know if these demons will ever go away," he admitted. Despite these challenges, Silentó continued to perform, appearing on children's TV shows and traveling globally. But the 2020 pandemic brought his world crashing down. Isolated and unable to perform, he spiraled. Hudson later claimed he attempted suicide in early 2020, a cry for help that went largely unnoticed. As his mental health deteriorated, his behavior became erratic, setting the stage for a series of legal troubles that would define the next chapter of his life. Legal troubles begin. Silentó's first major legal issue surfaced in 2017 in the United Arab Emirates. He was booked for shows in Alan and Abu Dhabi, but failed to perform, leading to a dispute with event organizer Maki Entertainment. The promoter, Maki Taj El Sir Abdel Halim, sued Silentó for $81,500 to recover performance fees, travel, and marketing costs. A UAE court ordered Silentó to pay and imposed a travel ban, forcing him to surrender his passport. Silentó's Middle East representative, Jenna Kadum, disputed the claims, alleging the promoter didn't fulfill their end of the deal. Silentó took to Twitter, posting a fundraiser link titled Free Silentó to raise money to return to the U.S. The incident, while resolved, was a warning sign of things to come. In 2020, Silentó's legal troubles escalated. On August 28th, he was arrested in Santa Ana, California for felony domestic violence after allegedly inflicting corporal injury on a spouse or cohabitant. He was released on bond the same day, but the incident sparked rumors online, with some claiming his girlfriend leaked private photos of him, though these claims remained unverified. The very next day, Silentó was arrested again in Los Angeles after entering a random home while wielding a hatchet, reportedly looking for his girlfriend. Homeowners, including children, were terrified, but one resident used a gun to intervene. Silentó's friend arrived, clarifying he was at the wrong house, but police arrested him on 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon. He posted $105,000 bail and was released. 2 months later, Silentó was arrested in DeKalb County, Georgia, for driving 143 miles per hour in a white BMW. He claimed he was fleeing fans and argued, "I'm not a regular person," but was charged with speeding, reckless driving, failure to maintain lane, and improper stopping. These incidents painted a picture of a young man spiraling out of control, with mental health issues and fame colliding in dangerous ways. The tragic turning point. On January 21, 2021, Silentó's life took a devastating turn. Police in DeKalb County, Georgia, responded to reports of gunshots in a residential area. They found 34-year-old Frederick Rooks, Silentó's cousin, bleeding in the street from gunshot wounds to the face and leg. Rooks was pronounced dead at the scene. Security footage captured several cars fleeing the area and at least 1 gunshot near Rooks's body. Detectives recovered 8 bullet casings but initially had no clear suspect. Soon after, police identified Silentó as the primary suspect. He was arrested and charged with murder, with authorities later matching bullet casings from the scene to a firearm in his possession. Silentó confessed to the shooting, though the motive remained unclear. The DeKalb County Police Department announced his arrest on Twitter, stating, "Ricky Hawk, 23, was arrested for the murder of his cousin Frederick Rooks, 34. The news shocked fans who knew Silentó as the cheerful teen behind Watch Me. Chanel Hudson, Silentó's publicist, issued a statement on Instagram. "Please send my client Silentó some positive vibrations. Over the past several years, Ricky has been suffering immensely from a series of mental health illnesses. We will continue in his efforts of treatment, but we ask the public uplift him and his family in immediate prayer and positive energy." Hudson expressed hope that the case would resolve favorably, emphasizing Silentó's humanity and her belief that the evidence against him was shaky. She also highlighted his struggles with anxiety and depression, noting his inconsistent efforts to seek treatment. The legal battle and mental health defense. In February 2021, Silentó was formally charged with malice murder and felony murder. By August, a DeKalb County grand jury indicted him on 4 counts: malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during a felony. His legal team argued that his mental health struggles, including a possible bipolar disorder diagnosis, played a significant role in his actions. At a June 2021 court hearing, a judge reviewed Silentó's mental health history and deemed him a danger to society, denying bond. Prosecutors noted that Silentó's grandparents supported his continued detention, fearing he was a threat to himself and others. Silentó remained in DeKalb County Jail awaiting trial, which was delayed multiple times. His defense team worked to build a case around his mental health, hoping to mitigate the charges. Hudson continued to advocate for him, emphasizing his struggles and the need for empathy. In a 2021 interview, she said, "No matter what his charges are, he's a human being, and it doesn't cost anything to pray for him and his family." She also revealed that Silentó was likely writing about his experiences in jail, channeling his pain into creativity. Thanks. As the case progressed, Silentó's story became a cautionary tale about the pressures of fame, untreated mental health issues, and the consequences of destructive behavior. Fans grappled with the contrast between the joyful teen who created a global dance craze and the troubled young man facing life in prison. The 2025 sentencing. On June 11, 2025, Silentó's legal saga reached a pivotal moment. In a DeKalb County courtroom, the 27-year-old rapper, now known as Ricky Lamar Hawk, pleaded guilty but mentally ill to charges related to the 2021 shooting of his cousin, Frederick Rooks. As part of a plea deal, the original malice murder charge was reduced to voluntary manslaughter. Silentó also pleaded guilty to aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and concealing the death of another. A felony murder charge was dropped. Silentó was sentenced to 30 years in prison, a decision reported by multiple outlets, including Metro News, Variety, and AP News. The plea acknowledged his mental health struggles, with the guilty but mentally ill designation indicating that his psychological state at the time of the crime was a factor. DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston stated, "This resolution holds the defendant accountable while recognizing the significant mental health challenges he faced." The sentencing marked a tragic end to a case that had gripped fans and raised questions about mental health in the music industry. Silentó's publicist, Chanel Hudson, reiterated his struggles, noting that he had been in and out of mental health treatment before the incident. She called for continued support, saying, "Ricky is a beautiful soul, and we hope people continue to lift him in prayer." Posts on X echoed the news, with users expressing shock and sadness over the once vibrant star's fate, reflections on a fallen star. Silentó's story is one of dizzying highs and devastating lows. At 17, he created a song that brought joy to millions, uniting people across cultures through dance. His rise was a testament to the power of social media and the creativity of Atlanta's youth culture. But fame came at a cost. The pressures of stardom, combined with untreated mental health issues, led to a series of missteps that culminated in tragedy. The case also shines a light on broader issues: the lack of mental health support for young Black artists, the stigma surrounding mental illness in the Black community, and the challenges of navigating fame at a young age. Silentó's struggles with anxiety, depression, and possibly bipolar disorder were well documented. Yet he slipped through the cracks. His 2020 suicide attempt and erratic behavior were warning signs, but the system, both legal and social, failed to intervene effectively. As Silentó begins his 30-year sentence, questions linger. Could earlier intervention have changed his path? How can the music industry better support young artists facing similar pressures? And what does his story tell us about the price of fame in the digital age? For now, Silentó's legacy is a bittersweet one, a viral hit that still sparks joy, overshadowed by a life marked by pain and loss. Looking forward, Silentó's story doesn't end with his sentencing. In prison, he may continue to write and create, as Hudson suggested. His music, particularly Watch Me, remains a cultural touchstone, played at parties, sporting events, and school dances. For many, it's a reminder of simpler times, untouched by the tragedy that followed. For Rooks' family, the sentencing brings closure, but not healing. The loss of Frederick Rooks, a 34-year-old father and cousin, is a wound that time may never fully mend. Silentó's plea deal acknowledges his responsibility while framing it through the lens of mental illness, a nuanced outcome that reflects the complexity of the case. As we reflect on Silentó's journey, we're left with a call to action. To listen to those struggling, to destigmatize mental health care, and to support young artists before they reach a breaking point. Silentó's rise and fall is a reminder that behind every viral hit is a human being navigating a world that can be both exhilarating and unforgiving. As we reflect on Silentó's journey, we're left with a call to action. To listen to those struggling, to destigmatize mental health care, and to support young artists before they reach a breaking point. Silentó's rise and fall is a reminder that behind every viral hit is a human being navigating a world that can be both exhilarating and unforgiving.
Thank you for watching Story, a journey of triumph, struggle, and lessons we can all learn from. If this video moved you, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated on more in-depth stories like this. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going about mental health, fame, and redemption. Don't forget to like and share this video to spread awareness. Together, we can amplify these important narratives. See you in the next one.